During a live streamed sermon at an Assyrian Orthodox church in Wakeley, a 16-year-old ambushed a bishop and stabbed him multiple times in the head. During the incident, a priest was also injured. Following news of the attack spreading, a crowd gathered around the streets and outside the church in Wakeley, and a riot ensued. Following that, ambulance officers were in the church and could not leave due to the violent acts of the crowd outside and the riot. New South Wales Police attended, and during the incident, multiple police officers were injured and multiple police vehicles were damaged, some to the point of not being repairable. We now know that the 16-year-old involved in the incident has been charged with an act of terrorism, which is punishable by a term of imprisonment of life. The defendant has now been charged with an act of terrorism, which carries a maximum imprisonment term of life. Following that, the crime that he has committed is considered to be a serious indictable offence and no longer able to be heard in the Children's Court. He will then face a bail hearing, bedside bail hearing, as he is still currently in hospital, in which time the court will consider whether he faces an unacceptable risk to the community if he was to be released on bail. Considering that he has recently faced the Children's Court of New South Wales in January for very serious offences and received a good behaviour bond, it's likely that the court will seriously consider whether there was any bail conditions that would be able to be implemented in order to secure the public safety. Why is the incident at the Wakeley Church considered a terrorism attack? We're getting lots of questions about what constitutes an act of terrorism and why, for example, the attack in Bondi is not considered a terrorist act, but what happened in the Assyrian Orthodox Church in Wakeley is considered an act of terrorism. An act of terrorism is defined in the Criminal Code as an act motivated by or advancing a political, religious, or ideological cause. It is understood that the attack in the Assyrian church in Wakeley has been motivated by and in order to advance a religious message. So that is why the acts that have occurred in Wakeley are now considered an act of terrorism. So there's been an act of terrorism on Australian soil. What now? The declaration by the New South Wales Police Commissioner that the incident in Wakeley was an act of terrorism prompted the formation of the Joint Counter-Terrorism Team. This team is made up of New South Wales Police, Australian Federal Police, ASIO and the New South Wales Crime Commission. Following the declaration, New South Wales Police have greater powers in relation to searching, seizing mobile phones, for example, seizing other property, and also compelling people to identify those that may have been involved.